Hi, I'm Alex from the Southern Ukulele Store. Back once again, as I often am, to talk about Flight ukuleles. I try not to feature Flight all the time. I just want you to know that. I try and feature lots of brands, but not many brands bring out new things regularly. Whereas Flight are kind of always working on something new, tweaking something that already exists, or just kind of talking to the end user, the person who's buying these ukuleles, and saying, okay, what's missing? What can't you find in the market right now? And then they develop it. And quite often it's 7 or 8 months later, but these things arrive. And we've been quite lucky this year to see some great new releases. The Songbird, the Lilies, the Noras. Maybe a little bit less excited, some people, about the Aviator. Totally fair enough. But there was something that we started working on as far back as 16 months ago with the luthier in Flight's custom shop. So the people who build the A10 ukuleles for them. At the time, we just decided to do a run of British Racing Green mini basses, which we still have some in stock, and the Pathfinders, which I believe we still have in stock at the time of filming as well. And this all started because I saw a British Racing Green bass on the wall of Absolute Music, where we have our shop down on the ground floor. I could see it up on the top floor on the wall, and I just thought, oh wow, no one's done that colour before. I love it. I found just the tortoise shell mixed with the British Racing Green was a really lovely combination on the prototype of the basses. And we said, okay, well, maybe we could do that in the binding. And they did that in the binding. And maybe we could do that in the trim. And they've done that in the trim, as you're going to see. And then I was like, what about if we made the back and sides Hawaiian Koa and give it this really prestigious look? And that's what we've done. So we have a very limited run of these. These are exclusive to Southern Ukulele Store. And I'm not even sure at this point how long it would take to get more again. It's hard to pick up the colour in this light, but I'm going to show you that in a brighter light now. So this is a British Racing Green top with a tortoiseshell rosette, tortoiseshell front binding going all the way around to a tortoiseshell beveled scoop cutaway. And then the back and sides of this ukulele, it looks even better when you do that, are a really vibrant AAA Hawaiian Koa. So a really good quality holographic Hawaiian Koa. And the tortoiseshell continues all the way around the ukulele. And it just has that luxury watch vibe to it that we were going for. And it looks like something that, it just looks badass, doesn't it? It's like, it's less Johnny Cash and more kind of George Harrison and the Beatles. An ebony fingerboard and bridge with the jeweled bridge pins because they match that tortoise shell really nicely. And then you have these side hollowed out block inlays, which make it very easy to see what you're doing as you move up the fingerboard. Going up to that Flight A10 headstock, which has its own unique kind of carve cut out of it, with gold tuners, open gear tuners with white buttons. Just looks great. These have a 38mm nut width with a 30mm string spacing, and more importantly, in fact most importantly, this is the first A10 Flight have produced in a baritone size as well. So we have here a matching pair, a very, very limited run, custom shop Flights. And what makes them custom shop? What's the difference? Well, anyone that's seen the A10s before know that these are built by, the first ones were built by a single luthier. These are built by a team of maybe 2 or 3 luthiers. They're not a factory run instrument. You know, these are ukuleles individually specced out and then produced around different productions, which is why it took so long to get them. These ukuleles, I can make more, but I believe that we'd be looking at probably the tail end of next year before I were to see them. And I've made these up in right and left-handed. So there are 2 right-handed and 1 of each left-handed. And for now, that's going to be it. And I have to say, it's my favourite Flight ukulele ever. Hands down. Now, everyone's got their own taste, and visually, fine. Okay, it's a little bit more kind of like a top shelf Scotch looking than like a Comet or a Fireball. But I just know that somebody out there is going to pick this up and they're going to play it, and then they are never going to put it down. Like they're going to be buried with these ukuleles because they are just so cool and so unique, and why wouldn't you want one? Alex from the future here. Totally forgot to say in this video But super important, these come with a colour matched flight gig bag. So these ukuleles are British Racing Green, but they actually have the British Racing Green matching gig bag to go with them. Back to Alex from the past, thank you. The body is gloss, the neck is satin, and the combination of the Spruce stained green and the Koa make a very loud, responsive ukulele with a really kind of bubbly, softer edge to the notes, which is what you want. They've come from the factory strung high G and low D DGBE. I'm going to play the left-handed ones for the sound sample to give you the full maximum effect of what I believe they're capable of. But for now, this is the A10 BRG tenor and baritone. Let's give them a play and see what you think. When I say these are my favourite flights ever as well, that's not marketing spiel at all. Like, these ukuleles, they compete perfectly with an Oli or an AnueNue Moonbird. Or a KoAloha. Or a Millar. Or a Big Island. Or a Miro Creation or a Rebel. They're a notch up in build quality from a normal flight. And they're just a fantastic alternative to something Hawaiian made or something more bespoke.